is getting more personal, making your journey to stardom and every moment along the way much more meaningful. Right off the bat, every unique detail of your player is easier to create and edit with a
Rain falling down tonight, but we're told they will not be closing the roof, so we'll have to make do. Coming up, we've got a good matchup in store between the New York Yankees and the Miami Marlins. A big-time arm and a power bat should be fun. First pitch is next. Wei-Yin Chen gets the ball for Miami in this one. What's your take on him, EK?
Well, guys, remember, he's got 5 pitches to work with, so that really makes it difficult for the hitter. He can change speeds, ball moving in and out. Not a lot of fun for the hitters.
Standing in, the leadoff man, Jacoby Ellsbury, so we are ready for baseball.
Leading off tonight for the Yankees, center fielder, Jacoby Ellsbury.
And a cold strike on the game's first pitch as we bring you this one here tonight. And he lays off for ball 1. Chen gets the sign. Here's the 1-1. Oh, he lifts a high pop-up, drifting into foul territory on the right side. A quick out number 1. So now let's take a look at Joe Girardi's lineup for the visiting Yankees. What's this lineup got to do tonight to get a W on the road, Steve?
Well, I think they have to understand where they're playing. This is a great pitcher's ballpark, so you're not going to go out there trying to hit the light towers with everything you swing at. Make solid contact, move the line, and play a little bit more small ball.
And a good job to lay off the fastball. They're close, but it's 1-1. Time for a look at our umpires in this one. Behind the plate is James Kingsley.
Well, Kingsley's a pretty fair umpire. Sometimes a pitcher will get a call in the corners, but he rarely has people barking at him about a strike zone.
Got him. With a moment now, let's give you a look at the Miami D. It's brought to us by Majestic. EK, what do you got?
Well, guys, we have an opportunity to watch Christian Yelich in this one. Very athletic, a wiry type of guy that gets very good jumps, has a good arm as well. We'll see if he makes an impact defensively in this one.
Carlos Beltran gets his first opportunity now in the top of the first with nobody on. And the first pitch to the 38-year-old veteran is in for a called strike, 0-1. Fastball, and he's quickly in the hole, 0-2.
And you kind of get the sense that he's not really messing around out there too much. There hasn't been a whole lot of setting guys up here in this inning. He's just trying to get himself back into that dugout as fast as he can.
Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. So the Yanks go 1-2-3. Now the Marlins will see what they can do. No score. Masahiro Tanaka, the right-hander from Japan, will get the starting assignment in this one. What do we need to know here, EK?
Well, guys, remember, he's got 5 pitches to work with, so that really makes it difficult for the hitter. He can change speeds, ball moving in and out. Not a lot of fun for the hitters.
D. Gordon comes to the plate to lead things off here in the bottom half of the first. Now time called at the plate as he'll step out and try and start it again. Skied in the air to straightaway left. Gardner is there, and he hauls it in for the first out of the inning.
Batting second.
Striding into the box, Ichiro Suzuki, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. A splitter, but he started it too low as it bounces up to the plate. Grounder hit hard down the first baseline, but a foul ball, 1-1. Can't keep the weight back, and he falls behind 1-2. Ready on 1-2. Look out. That one almost got away from him. 2-2 now. Chopped toward the second baseman. Fair-handed by Castro. In time.
Oh, love it.
And with that, let's give you a look at the Yankees defense. It's brought to us by Majestic. Eric, what do we need to know?
Well, guys, Didi Gregorius has established himself as one of the finest defensive shortstops in the league. His range, absolutely unreal. His arm could qualify as a deadly weapon. Instincts are second to none. That makes him the complete shortstop.
Into the windup and the pitch. Giancarlo Stanton swings and misses there, so he's down 0-1.
And that's about where he'll sit with that fastball, 93, 94. And that's plenty hard enough to blow it by guys when you need to.
Oh, and he's really getting the better of him now. It's strike two. Well, you figure that curveball is going to be an important pitch for him going forward.
Yeah, I think it might even tell the story of how well he fares here tonight, because
threw it right past him, a swing and a miss at the gas, and that ends the inning. Miami down in order after one, no score. Mark Teixeira makes his way to the plate. He'll get us started here in the top of the second.
And this is a guy that can make a big change in this game with one swing of the bat, because you know he has big-time power.
A called strike to the 35-year-old veteran. 0-1. Swung on and missed by Teixeira, and they've got him right where they want him now. 0-2.
Doing a good job right there of tying him up inside. Got in on his hands that time before he could get that barrel through the zone.
Chen's got his target. Here's the 0-2. Look out as this bat shatters on impact.
That ball was so deep in his kitchen, that was the only thing he could do was foul it off, break his bat, and hope to get a better pitch on the next one.
Oh, and this is swung on and missed by Teixeira as he's a strikeout victim here, one away.
Let's analyze this swing on swing time. This pitch is away, but you'll see him swing inside the ball and try to pull it. You got to take that the other way.
Here's the catcher, Brian McCann. As he will take strike one on the fastball here. No balls and a strike.
And you know, if you're going to challenge a guy up in the zone with a fastball, why not do it on the first pitch? A lot of times he's going to be taken anyway, and you just bought yourself a strike that you can now throw anything off of.
Barely able to make contact. Down 0-2 now. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Grounded back up the middle. Echeverria's there. On to first, and McCann is retired here for route number 2.
Batting sixth,
Chase Headley into the box here in the top of the second, looking to keep this inning going. And he gets ahead here with the fastball. Strike one.
Yeah, showing no fear there. He put the pitch right at the letters away, but that guy didn't want any part of it.
Now a fastball that's taken close that time, but it's 1-1. Here it comes on 1-1. And he takes a called strike two.
Very patient here to start the at-bat. Maybe even a little too patient because now he's down 1-2.
Yeah, and I don't think he's going to get anything better than that to hit.
Got him swinging, and that will end the inning. 1, 2, 3 go the Bombers. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Justin Bohr strides into the box now to lead off the home half of the second inning.
First baseman, Justin Bohr.
Very weakly on the ground, but that one rolls foul. Tried to pull that one back, but he couldn't do it, and it's 0-2 now. Tried to get him to go after one below the knees, but it's 1-2. Chop foul over towards the coaching box. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. Down the first baseline. But this is a foul ball as the count holds steady at 1-2. And, oh, he can't get out of the way of that one, so the leadoff man will be on to open the frame.
And you know the problem with his slider, and it almost sounds stupid to say it, but sometimes it can literally move too much. I mean, it's a great pitch, don't get me wrong. But here, look at how far this thing runs in. That's a pitch that can be hard to control at times, and here it winds up costing him.
Martin Prado will stand in here with a runner at first to start the inning. Now, I know both of you are more familiar with the art of hitting as opposed to the art of pitching, but on a wet night like this, who do you think this favors?
Well, I think it favors the pitcher. I know they're going to argue, well, the grip, but the ball doesn't carry on wet nights. So if I'm out there, I'm saying, look, pitcher advantage.
Down the third baseline, but this will be a foul ball as he's behind 0-2 now. High in the air out to center field. Ellsbury is under it. And that's the first out of the inning. Christian Yelich is in to take his first swings here with the runner still at first and one away.
Well, too bad that last guy couldn't advance the man into scoring position, so now it's probably going to take a gapper to get him home.
Low with the splitter, ball one.
And right about now, you got to know as a hitter that you're going to see a heavy dose of that splitter. That's a good take up there to get ahead.
And a splitter here, but he had a bit too much on it as this bounces up to the plate. 2-0 pitch on the way. Skied into very shallow right. Beltran moves over. And that's the second out of the inning. The relay throw, but they'll just get the one out here as the runner will get back safely at first.
Batting seventh,
JT Realmuto set to take his first cuts with a man at first and two away.
Yeah, and he's going to have to find a gap to give that man on first a chance to score.
And he'll get back in safely.
Got a pretty good lead right there.
Behind on that one, now behind in the count, 0-1. 0-1 count and the pitch. Swing and a ball chopped foul right at home plate. Here it comes on 0-2. And a slider bounces, and that gets away. And he'll make it into scoring position here with two away, as that'll be scored a wild pitch.
This may have something to do with the rain that's falling out there. it looked like he just lost his grip on the baseball, and they'll certainly rule that a wild pitch.
Still looking for our first hit in the ball game. Swing and a miss, and that ends the inning. Some of our nation's young minds and future leaders here in attendance. Yikes. 2 complete. Still scoreless here on the show. Starlin Castro will stand in now to lead things off. 7, 8, and 9 here to start the 3rd inning.
And maybe one of these guys can break this string of 6 straight retired to start the ball game.
In there, no balls and a strike. You like what you've seen from this guy so far?
I do. I like where he's putting the fastball, and I like the movement he's been getting on both his curveball and changeup. I think he'll do well.
But this is unfortunately right at him in center field as he takes it in for the first out. Sends that one out of play for strike 1. You know, I think Didi Gregorius has one of the most interesting backgrounds of anybody in the big leagues. Born in Amsterdam, his dad played professionally in Europe, and his mom was a star softball player. And not only that, his brother played professionally in the Italian Baseball League. 3rd inning, no score to this point. Chop foul at the plate, and he stays alive, still 0-2. Didi actually played T-ball in the Netherlands before his family moved to Curacao when he was 5.
Well, that was probably a pretty good move for him, considering Curacao is definitely more of a hotbed for baseball than anywhere else in Europe. Although the game is growing over there, so keep your eyes open.
And a swing and a miss as they caught him reaching that time, and there are 2 away.
Well, you know when you get 2 strikes on you, you go into that protection mode up there at the plate. Let's see where this pitch winds up. Oh, yeah. That thing's nowhere near the strike zone, and that's a good job of making a guy go fishing for something he didn't really want to hit.
Masahiro Tanaka will stand in now with 2 away, trying to avoid another 1-2-3 inning.
Yeah, this has been total domination these past few innings. They haven't been able to mount any kind of threat whatsoever.
Can't get around quick enough, and that'll move the count to 1-1. Chen's ready, coming home with the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss on the fastball, and it's 1-2. Boy, tough enough to be an American League pitcher swinging the bat as it is. A swing and a miss. That retires the side, and that will do it. So the Yanks go 1-2-3. Home half of the 3rd coming up. No score. Adani Echeverria digs into the box in the bottom of inning number 3.
The shortstop, Adani Echeverria.
First delivery to him on the way. Into the seats, 0-1. Swing and a miss on the slider, and he's quickly behind 0-2.
Oh, man, what a perfect pitch right there in a perfect spot. And that's exactly how you have to attack a guy like this. He wasn't even close on that pitch.
A splitter, but he started it too low as it bounces up to the plate. Swing and a miss as he starts the 3rd the same way he ended the 2nd with a punch-out, 1 away.
Batting 9th, catcher.
In now, Wei-Yin Chen. He'll get to take his first cuts here. Couldn't help himself that time as he chases one below the knees. It's strike 1. smoke toward the hole. And a backhanded reach at first, but he can't flag it down.
Leave it to the pitcher to come up with their first hit. I think even he can't really believe it.
D. Gordon will dig in now. A dangerous hitter indeed as the National League's reigning batting champion. From the stretch, here's the pitch. Hit hard on the ground to the right. A dive, but he can't get a glove on it. It's through for a base hit.
A little bad luck there defensively. If that's hit at an infielder, it's a double play. But instead, now you're in hot water here with one away.
Here's Ichiro now. Now the double steal is on here. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Ellsbury is there now, and he has it. 2 gone. And no tag at second. He'll head back there with 2 away now. Giancarlo Stanton stands in with 2 on and 2 out here in the third.
And you know, some guys just get better with runners in scoring position and 2 outs. This is a big at-bat for him right here, even though it's still early.
Line toward the alley in left center. And the 2-out threat will not come to pass as the inning is over. A golden opportunity to get on the board here goes for naught. 3 innings in the books. Still no score on the show. Jacoby Ellsbury will stand in to begin their half of the 4th with his guys still looking for their first hit of the ballgame.
Yeah, still looking for their first base runner, too. 9 up, 9 down.
Chen into the windup. First pitch on its way. Drops in a strike to start the at-bat. 0-1. Not much to shout about for either team here as we start the 4th inning. 0-0.
Yeah, I think we kind of knew that pitching might take the upper hand here. Maybe not to this extent, but both guys have really thrown the ball well.
The windup and the 0-1. Oh, good spot. On the black for strike 2. Did a good job to shorten up and protect the plate, and he'll have another shot at it here. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Too low with a fastball there. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fastball called, strike 3, and there's the first out of the inning.
And I'll tell you what, he's throwing with a lot of confidence right now. And he's also taking some chances with location, but he's thinking he's bulletproof out there, and so far he has been.
So 1 gone in the inning now, and that'll bring in Brett Gardner. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Fastball in there for a called strike.
You know, I can't help but notice how much he's getting ahead of the hitters right now. I'm told he's throwing around 80% first pitch strikes. That's way above average.
Goodness. 0-2 now.
And with some of these guys, it's like they're in an 0-2 count before they even come to the plate.
Good job of holding up on the low ball there, and it's 1-2. Pretty clear the plan is to keep everything away.
And that's smart for most guys, but you've got to know your scouting report because this is a guy that can cover the outside part of the plate.
And he'll take this to the bag himself, and there are 2 away now.
Carlos Beltran.
Carlos Beltran digs in with his team still looking at a 0 in the hit column.
Yeah, they just haven't been able to figure it out yet, but it's still early. We're seeing some pretty good pitching so far in this game.
And that's cut on and missed. 0-1.
A lot of these guys have come into these at-bats trying to be the aggressor, trying to make something happen. But what has happened is that they've swung and missed themselves into some early holes.
That's taken. Now it's 0-2. Yankees still on the lookout for hit number 1 here. Fought off at the plate, and we'll do it again. And another foul ball. Strike 3 called as he can't get the bat off his shoulders. Side retired. 1, 2, 3 go the Bombers. On to the bottom of the 4th now, still with no score. Justin Bohr is set to lead us off in the home half of the 4th inning.
Well, they still don't have any runs on the board yet, so getting this leadoff man on base would be huge.
Infield shifted well to the right. Here's the first pitch. Oh, had him chopping at that one. It's 0-1. And this misses the outside corner, so it's knotted up at 1-1.
And if he can get himself into a fastball count, don't be surprised if he has a big cut at something. Maybe try and break this tie ball game.
Hit on the ground down the first baseline. Teixeira's got it, and he'll take this to the bag. 3 unassisted for the first out.
Third baseman, number 14, Martin Prado.
At the plate, Martin Prado. He flew out in his last at-bat. Here comes the first pitch. On the ground to third. Gloved by Headley. Throw to first will get him. Already 2 away here in the home 4th.
Now batting, center fielder, Christian
Yelich is into the box for his 2nd appearance. 0 for 1 with a flyout. First offering on its way. And he throws the fastball by him here. 0-1.
This guy has been amazing. He's thrown a first pitch strike to around 80% of the batters he faced. And we're in the middle innings now, so you know he's doing well.
And it's quickly 0-2. Ready with the 0-2. Oh, and he dusted him off the plate that time. Some mind games being played now. It's 1-2. I'll tell you, he's already hit one guy. He is not afraid to work inside.
No, and as much as I hate to say it, pitchers have just as much right to the inside part of the plate as you do.
Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Chopped foul at the plate, and the count holds at 2-2. Set to deal on 2-2. And a slider gets away from him here as it just about got him in the ankle.
And that's a pitch you have to lay off right there. That tight slider busting down and out of the zone, all that can do is tie you up.
Pitch swung on and hit in the air. Ellsbury's after it. A dive, and he brings it in. And on a fantastic play, the inning is over. Worth a second look here, as this is a beauty to end the inning. More to come from Marlins Park right after this. The first baseman, Mark Teixeira, will start things off here for the Pinstripers. He'll be followed by Brian McCann waiting in the on-deck circle. Chop foul right at home plate. It's strike 1. Not able to hold on there as he swings through a pitch in the dirt, and it doesn't look good for him now. Down 0-2. All right, 4 scoreless innings in the books. What's it going to take to push across our first run?
Well, I think both pitchers have really dominated so far. This is where getting the leadoff guy on is so key. You know, get the pitcher into the stretch, get him out of his comfort zone, then maybe your offense can go from there.
And he struck him out. Good pitch there as he registers his 8th punch out of the ball game.
Well, this is the 2nd time he struck out so far, and this is a type of ball game where, you know, it's wet out, the field's slippery, it's a little muddy. Who knows what can happen if you just put the ball in play?
Brian McCann will dig in now. The American League's Silver Slugger behind the plate a year ago. Watches a fastball right there for strike 1. Could we see another strikeout here? It's 0-2 now.
Boy, he is putting on a clinic out there right now. These guys don't know what to look for.
A swinging bunt out in front of the plate. Realmuto is up with it. Throw gets him. 2 down.
Up next for the Yankees.
A look at our line score to this point, and I'm almost certainly jinxing things by pointing it out, but it's worth mentioning that 0 in the hit column through 2 outs here in the 5th. Digging in the switch hitter, Chase Headley. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up.
Well, at the very least, he went down hacking. Striking out is one of the many frustrations that go along with hitting, and you have to accept that it's going to happen sometimes.
Fastball too high to start him out here, 1-0.
Well on his way to another good inning right here, and you see the pitch count. It's not even close to being a factor just yet.
And 2-0 as this one's taken low.
And on 2-0, this is where he's the most dangerous up there. I know it's a fastball count, but I would maybe think about something else.
And that is going to be their first hit of the ball game, as this is into left field for a solid single.
It took him a little while, but this high-powered Yankee offense finally breaks into the hit column here. Let's see if they can do anything with it now.
Starlin Castro stands in for the 2nd time. Hit it hard, but lined out in his first at-bat.
Yeah, he was pretty unlucky last time because he squared up that fastball nicely. So we're going to have to see if they still come at him with hard stuff.
And a high strike to begin the at-bat. It's 0-1. Tries to shave the corner with that pitch, but it's 1-1. No runs, just 1 hit, and no errors for the Yankees so far. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. Chopped foul over towards the dugout. And it gets under the 2-2 a bit as this is sent in the air out to straightaway central. And he'll get there in plenty of time to put this one away, and that ends the inning. The Yanks leave 1. Halfway home, still no score. JT Realmuto comes to the plate as we get started here in the bottom of the 5th.
Well, they still aren't even on the board yet, so this leadoff guy needs to get on so they can manufacture a run.
Inside with the first pitch splitter, and it's 1-0. Swung on and missed. 1-1. Tanaka sets his sights. 1-1 on its way. Now a ball lifted high in the air towards shallow right center field. Beltran has the best view of this one, so he'll take it for the first out.
The batter, number 3.
Adeiny Echeverria is into the box. He was a strikeout victim in his first try.
Yep, they sent him packing last time, so maybe they have a pretty good idea of how to attack him again right here.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Hit high in the air down the right field line. Beltran on the run. He's got it. A nice play there. 2 away.
And right here, you've got the right fielder shading just a bit towards the alley. And I thought he'd have too far to go to get this ball, but he does close quickly out there, and he makes the play near the line.
Stepping in now, Wei-Yin Chen. As he'll take a look at ball 1.
Yeah, and when that pitch starts off outside, it's much easier to get a better view of it and then just lay off.
Swing, and he pops him up over toward foul territory. And this is going to wind up a foul ball. A ball and 2 strikes, the count now with the bases empty and 2 away.
I tell you, he's got a good pace, a good tempo to him out there right now.
And a splitter here, but he had a bit too much on it as this bounces up to the plate.
Boy, that's pretty good patience out there out of a pitcher who's acting like a hitter, especially with 2 outs.
2-2 count. Here it comes. High pop-up. Headley is there for it. No trouble with this one, and the inning is over. Both teams battling the elements thus far, but we've got a tight game through 5. We're back to South Florida following this. Didi Gregorius steps in here to lead off the 6th as the rain continues to fall here.
Well, I'm glad I'm up in this cozy booth with you guys because it kind of looks pretty miserable down there to me.
And he'll start the inning with a pitch that misses off the plate. It's ball 1. Fastball got him to swing through it. It's 1-1. And they'll turn to the slider here, and it just misses. 2-1 now.
Yeah, after that last swing, I would have thought they'd go right back in, but that's actually not a bad location because I doubt he was looking for something out there.
Oh, and not an easy pitch to lay off of, but he did somehow, and he's got it to 3-1.
Oh, I think he'd be real happy with a leadoff walk. Something just to get things started against this guy.
Tough pitch to lay off, but he did, and it's ball 4, so the leadoff hitter's aboard to start the 6th.
Yeah, nothing on the scoreboard yet, so maybe this can be a start as he's on base to lead off the inning.
The pitcher, Masahiro Tanaka, steps up to the plate in a sacrifice situation, so let's see if that is indeed on right here.
Textbook sack situation here, guys.
Fans, all season long, Saturdays are Super Saturdays here at the stadium. You'll enjoy live concerts, post-game fireworks, super giveaways, and much more. For tickets to any Super Saturday home game, go to any ticket window here at the stadium. Check us out online at
Chen sets. Here's the first pitch. And they'll indeed have the pitcher squaring around as he puts this one down. But a strong throw gets him at second, so the sacrifice does not pay off here.
Yeah, you want to put this down to the right side, force that first baseman to field it, but that ball is butted just way too hard, so that's a good decision defensively to go ahead and take the force at second.
Jacoby Ellsbury will come forward now. He's popped out and struck out in his first 2 plate appearances. First pitch coming. Here it is. And there's his strike right down the heart of the plate. 0-1.
Pretty good speed here coming out of that left-handed batter's box, so it's no sure thing that a ground ball means a double play.
And he'll get the fielder's choice play at second, but that's all.
Well, you could have put the first base bag out in the outfield grass on this play. You're not going to double this guy up. He's too fast. Still a pretty good job of at least getting that lead runner at second base.
And a dive, but he's back in. And another snap throw to the bag, keeping particularly close tabs on him. And again, he'll snap one over to first, being especially careful here.
Trying to wear him out, I guess.
Brett Gardner is in with 2 away now as he looks at a called strike 1. He's ready. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a ball hit softly on the ground. Gonna be a tough play, and he'll reach first as they can't make the play on him.
Both of these guys at the top of the lineup can put a lot of pressure on the defense because of that speed. And here he beats this one out, and that's going to be ruled an infield single.
Carlos Beltran strides in now, and we'll see if he can come through with 2 on and 2 out here in the 6th.
Well, there's still a lot of this game left, but it is starting to get late. This is a big opportunity that they don't want to let slip away.
Hoping to keep it tied. Here it comes. And he'll try to crowd him there to start the at-bat. It's 1-0.
The Yanks just need that one big hit they've been lacking so far.
Both teams with just 2 hits apiece thus far. And a strike to even the count. 1-1.
And that has been the comfort zone so far in this outing. He's just lived on that outside corner, and it's paid big dividends for him.
Right there at the belt. 1-2 now.
A strike away now from getting through 6 shutout innings here, and that's no small feat against this lineup.
And Beltran able to lay off that time, and the count moves back to 2-2.
That's a good idea. 1-3.
And we'll have to leave it there as this is strike 3, and that will retire the side. Yanks strand a pair. We are still scoreless. D. Gordon will come forward now. He has flied out and singled so far.
D. Gordon.
Third baseman in tight, protecting the bunt. The first pitch. Bounce to first. And he is in there. And it looks like we're going to see time called here as he looked to come up a bit gingerly after he hit the first base bag. But from all indications, it looks like it won't be enough to take him out of the ballgame. Ichiro Suzuki comes to the plate here, and we'll see how they play it with that leadoff man on base. Now a move over to first and a dive, but he's back in there. First pitch of the at-bat. He's running towards second. Pitch outside. The throw. Short hop, and he's there just before the tag. A splitter, but he started it too low as it bounces up to the plate. Not too many strikeouts on the ledger for him so far, but it hasn't really mattered.
Yeah, I think ideally you'd like to see him miss a few more bats, but as long as you're keeping guys off balance and you're letting your defense help you, you don't need to strike a ton of guys out to be successful.
Giancarlo Stanton will dig in now. He struck out and lined out in his first 2 at-bats.
Yeah, he hit that ball pretty hard on the line out. He just couldn't get it to fall for him.
First pitch hack in here, and that's the first strike. Any thought to bringing the infield in here with 1 away?
Still a little early in my book. A run you can live with. What you don't want to do is let...
Only play will be to first as we'll see our first run score here as this is a 1-0 ball game.
That's all you got to do there. Put the ball on the ground. Use the big part of the field, and that's going to get that first run home from third base.
Justin Bohr bats now and will try to start over with the bases empty and 2 away following the RBI ground out.
And all he's looking for right now is a pitch that he can drive somewhere. You got to get on base.
1 sec as that ball is into the gap in right center. Should be good for at least 2 bases. And he's in there safely. He's got a double. Martin Prado will try it again. 0 for 2 with a fly out and a ground ball thus far.
Well, guys, if you split the difference between the fly ball and the grounder he's put in play, you've got a nice line drive. So maybe we'll witness that right here.
And the throw is wide of first, and Teixeira can't keep his foot on the bag.
Now batting, center
Christian
fielder.
Yelich comes forward for another shot after being robbed of a hit in his last at-bat.
Yeah, it was an absolute showstopper. All you can do is get back up there and try to hit the ball hard once again.
Swing and a miss, and he's behind 0-1. Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. Looking to keep this a 1-run game. Pulled toward right center field. Beltran giving chase. Makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. Welcome back to South Florida. It's on to the 7th inning with the Marlins on top, and it's a good time to check out our game summary through the first 6 innings of play. Mark Teixeira will come forward now to begin the 7th inning in what's been a very briskly played ball game here tonight.
And that's what happens when you get 2 starters that are on top of their game. It's been great pitching, great defense, not a lot of base runners, and a very even game through 6 innings.
Struck him out as his woes continue, as that's his 3rd strikeout of the game.
The catcher,
all right, folks, montage alert. Here you get a look at his performance so far. 10 strikeouts for him in the ball game as he continues to just plow right through this lineup one after another. Here's the catcher, Brian McCann. As the first pitch to him is swung on and missed for strike 1.
You have to say they've really had a good game plan for attacking the 3, 4, 5 hitters all game long.
Yeah, and I think the only thing that's better than a game plan has been the execution of that game plan. You're exactly right. They've held this lineup at bay.
2-1. No runs, 2 hits, and 1 error on the Yankee line score so far. Fastball is looked at for strike 2. A pretty dangerous spot for that one.
I don't think it was by design. It's one thing to miss your spots out of the zone, but when you miss in the zone, especially up, that's when you tend to get hurt.
Flipped out the other way toward short, but right at the shortstop for the 2nd out.
Now batting, third baseman,
Chase Headley will stand in. A strikeout victim his first time, and then a base hit last time around. And he gets ahead 0-1.
And this isn't the first guy that's been frozen by that pitch tonight. He's had a lot of guys shaking their heads so far.
Swing and a liner. Foul. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Lofted in the air out toward right center. And Stanton will put this one away, and the inning is over. So JT Realmuto will stand in now. He struck out and flied out 0 for 2 thus far. Now he'll step out at the plate and reassess things here. Here's a ball swung on and lofted in the air out toward right center. There to take it is Beltran, and that's out number 1.
The batter, number 3.
Adani Echeverria stands into the box. He's 0 for 2 so far in this one. Oh, and he just blows the fastball by him for strike 1. Well, for that man right there, only the 1 run allowed. How discouraging is that when you're pitching your heart out and you're just not getting the support?
Well, the good pitchers really don't let it get to them. They know that it cuts both ways. Sometimes you give up 5 runs and your guys score you 8. You just have to focus on holding up your end of the bargain.
Wei-Yin Chen will buy himself another at-bat, and in turn, he'll get himself a nice little ovation for the work he's turned in on the mound so far.
Well, he's been great. This is an appreciative crowd. They like what they've seen, and I don't blame them.
Gardner is there, and they breeze. Starlin Castro will stand in, and he, like so many others, hitless in the ballgame so far.
Well, we've been talking about it a lot, but this offense is just getting shut down right now. And we've seen some really fantastic pitching in this one.
And this catches the zone as well. It's 0-2 now.
Boy, I'll tell you, to be down 0-2 against a guy like this with the stuff he's got tonight, not a comfortable spot to be in. Yeah, in the 8th inning of a 1-run game, it's always important to get that first out. Put that offense on their back heels.
Didi Gregorius stands in, reached on a walk in his last trip. Right there for strike 1.
Boy, and Mother Nature is letting us have it right now. It's coming down harder than it has all night.
And he falls behind 0-2. Protecting on 0-2, so we'll do it again. He's just rolling right now, and even dozen strikeouts for him in the ballgame.
And he's having a rough go of it so far. His 2nd strikeout of the ballgame. You can see him gesturing that he thinks that pitch was outside, but I think once he gets a look at it in the clubhouse, he'll probably change his tune.
Alex Rodriguez will pinch hit here, and he's the potential tying run.
Number 13, Alex Rodriguez.
Takes this the other way to right. Oh, and this goes right past him. Around first, heading for second now. Jacoby Ellsbury will stand in for the 4th time now, still looking for his first hit of the ball game.
And he's not the only one either. This has been a great pitching performance so far, and they've had these guys chasing their tails all game long.
And now the Marlins bullpen will swing into action as a lefty and a right-hander start to get loose.
Trying to hold the lead. He'll start him with a breaking ball. Too low that time. It's ball 1.
Bullpen working behind him, but this guy does not want to give up the baseball.
And he never does. I just don't think that's in his mentality.
Got himself a 2-0 fastball there, but he couldn't connect. 2-1.
And that's a case where he's just trying to do anything to get his guys on the board.
He's fallen behind now. 3-1. Back up the middle, and that'll get through. It's into center, a base hit. Rodriguez will take the turn and head for home. And the throw in gets away from him. And that will allow a run to score. Brett Gardner digs in, looking to send something into the outfield that gives that go-ahead run a chance to score from second. And they'll try and get him out in front to start the at-bat, but this misses off the plate away. It's ball 1. And here's his fastball for a called strike one, and he's hitting an even 90 on the gun. And he looks at one in there, 1-2. Late making contact on that swing, and will do it again on 1-2. Grounded up the first baseline, but this is a foul ball as the count holds steady at 1-2. Grounded to short. Echeverria has it on to first, and this will remain a tie ball game as the inning is over. Chasen Shreve is on out of the bullpen now as he'll take over to start the bottom of the eighth. Now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there. Here's a fastball now hit out toward Gardner in left field. And a great diving effort there, but it'll just tip off his glove, and it's a base hit. Ichiro Suzuki strides in, grounded out his last time through.
And Matt, with the double play in order, they'll obviously be looking to induce another ground ball out of him right here.
Way late, and he's in there easily at second. Now a look and a throw back to second. Don't want to forget about him. Ready with the 1-0 pitch. Tried to get the arms extended, but he couldn't. 1-1.
And he's always so tough on left-handed hitters. That slider is just so difficult to pick up.
And here's a slider that runs inside that time, and that'll keep him from diving out over the plate. He's set, and the 2-1 pitch. And ball 3 now to Ichiro. Be careful, 3-1. Don't go too far. The dangerous Giancarlo Stanton gets his shot next. Swinging a liner back through the box. Throw goes over to third. Well, he thought about going for third, and now that runner's in no man's land out there. And he is out, retreating to second as they slap the tag on him. And now he throws on the brakes, but he can't get back to first, and he's nailed for the second out. Big mistake there. Now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there. Giancarlo Stanton is in with 2 away here as this one swung on and missed for the first strike.
And guys, this has been just what the doctor ordered out of the bullpen.
Yeah, they needed him to come in and give him a strong inning, and he's done exactly that.
Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Out in front of that one, but he stays alive and will do it again on 0-2. Another one sent foul. 2 out, nobody on. Another foul ball, and this battle will continue. Swing, and he puts a charge into this one, high and deep, and you can't forget about it. This ball is gone. It's a solo blast off the bat of Giancarlo Stanton. As the Marlins take the lead, it's now a 2-1 ball game.
Well, he's been the entire show here tonight. Remember, he drove in their only run earlier, and he continues to have a nice game as he launches this one way out of here.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for
So with a lefty waiting, they'll go to a lefty of their own out of the bullpen here.
the batter, first baseman, Justin Bour.
Standing in now, Justin Bour, as he'll go after the first pitch to him and comes up empty. It's strike one. One of the things that makes him so tough to hit, the ability to put his pitches right on the black.
Yeah, I mean, you watch the catcher's glove on some of these, and it literally does not move. That's how good his stuff is.
Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Well, he went for the knockout pitch that time, but a good eye. 1-2. Bounced on the ground and right at the shifted infielders. And the throw to first is in time, but the damage has been done as the side is retired. One for the Marlins on the solo shot. Last chance coming up here for the Bombers. 2-1 now, Miami. Carlos Beltran will stand in now, and he's been kept quiet out of the number 3 hole. Hitless in his 3 at-bats so far. Now time is called as both guys in the bullpen are ready to go.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely one of the better hitters in this lineup, and that's why he's in the middle of the order. He just hasn't been able to get it going today. It happens.
Carter Capps will come on now, hoping to wrap this one up here in the top of the ninth.
Carter.
Ninth inning underway now as the first pitch is taken for a cold strike.
And you can see him trying to be a little bit more patient here. He's got 2 strikeouts already, but he's got to be careful not to fall too far behind.
And he struck him out. And there's the hat trick, as that's his 3rd strikeout of the ball game.
The first baseman, number 25.
One away, and the dangerous Mark Teixeira comes on with one away as he looks at a ball. It's 1-0.
I doubt he wanted to get in quite so tight with the hard stuff there, but hey, this is a guy with good opposite field power, so you don't want to just give him free rein to lean out over the plate.
Perhaps a little low there. It's 2-0. Lays off a fastball, but it's over for a strike. 2-1. On the ground near home, Realmuto has it. On to first in time, and the Yankees are down to their final out now.
The catcher, number 30.
Brian McCann digs in now after lining out in his last try.
Yeah, he put a good swing on it last time, so we'll see if he can make one fall here.
And here's a fastball called for strike 1. Chopped foul right at home plate. And now a crowd reported at over 28,000 rise to their feet. And that'll get down for a 2-out single. Chase Headley comes to the plate now with the tying run at first, so he'll be looking to drive a ball into the gap here. Just gets a piece of it, strike 1. Taken, called strike 2, and now they're down to their final strike tonight. Now a swing and a ball popped high in the air over toward foul ground. Prado is there to make the catch, and with that, the ball game is over.
Yeah, you know that run in the bottom of the 8th turned out to be the difference maker, as they're able to hold on here and get this win in a squeaker.
This one, definitely a low-scoring affair as we get one last look at our final line score. Well, you always hope to get a good outing from your starting pitcher, but this man went above and beyond in this one. He's our top player of the game.
Yeah, he really came through with a dominating pitching performance. You see there, 12 strikeouts, and that doesn't even tell the whole story. That was as good as I've ever seen him pitch.
So that just about does it. For EK, Psycho, and the crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, get those smartphones and tablets out and head over to theshownation.com. The Marlins win it 2-1. Good night from Miami.
Here now is our final line score tonight. First for the victorious Miami Marlins, 2 runs, 7 hits. With 1 error, they left 5 men on base. For the Yankees, 1 run, 4 hits. With 1 error, they left 5 men on base. Time of the ball game, 2 hours and 41 minutes. A reminder that Marlins shuttle buses are available outside Marlins Park with service to the Culmer Metro Rail Station.